Okay, so why do the rubrics matter? First off, I just want you to know that I'm using a student's paper, but I'm actually going to just give it false grade. So this score is not accurate. It's just for instructional purposes only. So I'm in my English 3 folder. I see a student turn this in, and I click on the student's work. And then I could score it from here, but I haven't read it yet. So I have to click on the actual paper. When the paper opens, you'll notice on the right, my rubric is over here. And if I didn't want to grade it right away with the rubric, then I can click on this hide button, and that will allow me to read the student's piece and say, oh, wow, I really like this opening sentence. Okay, and then you'll notice if you haven't used the comments before when you're using it in Google Classroom, it gives you these things. So if you start typing ROS, you can just click on this, and then it adds the ROS comment. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. And then I click on this, and then the student can see my feedback. So that's a great tool. Now I'm all done. I've read the whole piece, and I'm going to go through my rubric. It's early on in my rubric. I'm not familiar with it, so I need some cues just to remember, like, what was exceptional, what was skilled, and maybe I can't decide between the two, so I can read between these guys and say, is it exceptional? Not quite. It's more on the skill level, so I'm good with that one. I scroll down over here on the right, and I go into my narrative. I remember all my narrative comments. She's proficient in that. And then my organization, I think that's still developing. She needs to go back and work on some organization. Style and conventions, she's proficient. There's obvious capitalization and some spelling errors, so I highlighted those, for her, or I told her to go back and do them. And then the conclusion doesn't quite meet the requirements of a narrative, which is to have a takeaway moment and an afterthought after reading it. So I want her to do that. So then I can put my private comments in here. Okay. So that's helpful for students. And then you have to click post. It doesn't automatically save. But you, so actually give her a note because she might see this email this morning before I get a chance to delete it. Sorry to hold you guys up on this. You can. Okay. So then am I post? So now she's got a private message that's going to go to her email. If you look through here, you're going to see these are all the scores automatically went in by me clicking those boxes. And you'll see that it added everything up for me, 13 out of 25, which is a 130 out of 250. In some cases, I think in the first video, I used it like a 16-point rubric. So for me to do math as an English teacher, ain't nobody got time for that. So I like this piece right here. And then when I click return, it goes back to the student. All right, I'm going to cancel that because I don't want to send her a scary grade going back. I'm actually going to grade this after the video. So that's how that whole piece works. And then when you go into your narrative final draft, you can see that the score came over here. And I would actually,